Good morning. Take a look at a quietish yesterday and a red card for Barcelona, which will leave that second leg very interesting indeed. A Barcelona red card just before half-time nabbed that Atletico Madrid lead. 0-2. It's going to be tough in that second leg at Atletico Madrid, but it's going to be a humdinger. And that was about right, Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool, wasn't it? Just that feeling that Liverpool, coming off the back of that heavy defeat to Man City, just not quite at the races. Real Betis did equalise against Braga, did come care of a penalty. I think they're going to be a different force at home though. Braga did have their moments. And that was about it yesterday. Very, very quiet. Let's have a look on the tennis front. And this was an interesting day yesterday. The first two starred players underperforming. We had something like that with Musetti later on. But if you read the preview, he was in all sorts of bother physically, coming into this mentally. And this is a Monaco native. So he's got all of the ingredients for an upset. The most successful play yesterday is Zverev against Garin. 6-4 down, lost the first set, did win the second, but this is where you start getting big money about backing Zverev. Let's have a look. This is what you're waiting for. We've got a 1.1 shot in electric form at the moment, beating all comers. Now let's go to set number 3. 4-0 down. That is the graph I showed members on Telegram as an example of creating really good value in play. 4-0 down, you could back Zverev at odds as high as 9. Look at this graph here. 1.1 shot, lots of noise at 9s, probably got a bit at 7s as well. Lots going on at 5s. And he came on and won. That's, in an ideal world, that's all we're looking for. And then you wait. I like 4-1 scorelines because it can turn on a dime with 4-1. Particularly if it's Zverev serve next. Win your service game. Well, he didn't quite read the script here. Win your service game. Break the next serve. Or if you don't break it there, break it there. As you can see, 5-4, 5-5, 5-6, 7-5. Staved off. No, he generated 3 match points there. Superb performance. And that's how you create extremely good value in these tennis matches. Some plays yesterday. I quite fancied Echeverry. Atmanet is a plucky Frenchman. That's the angle for me. A plucky Frenchman. So when Atmanet starts delivering in the first set, I can lay him 2-0 at 2.86. I thought that was extremely good value. And Echeverry went on and won. Similar story, Argo Lyciem and Cilic. Marin Cilic looked as though he was going to win the first set. And that's when I get involved. 3.8, for me, that's extremely good value. Then you get out. He didn't even lose the first set by then, but his odds went up to 25. That's the beauty of trading. You don't even have to wait until the first set result is finished. There's a Garin and Zverev. Should have made a lot more money out of this. Only got him at 5s, which was a pity. Come on, Norrie and Alex de Minaur. Again, a similar story. But Cameron Norrie started brightly. I think he was 3-1 up against Alex de Minaur. I looked for an overreaction in the 2-0 market. It went down to 4.8. I thought that was value. And before you know it, Alex de Minaur had turned this one around. Let's take a quick look. What I've learned from yesterday, it's a lot different than football trading as far as the cashing out. Sometimes it might better serve. There's a Marin Cilic. It might better serve scalping profits rather than waiting for big profits, this, and doing it in volume in a match. That could be the angle in. So we're looking for Alex de Minaur and Norrie. I think this was the day before. So yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. We can have a look at it anyway. De Minaur. So this is the kind of thing I look for in the first set. I'm looking for a bright start from the underdog. And you can see that in the point-to-point section at tennis 24. So we had set one. We've got a 4-2 for Cameron Norrie. That is my entry point to lay 2-0 Norrie win. He's still got a bit of work to do to get there, doesn't he? To get the first set win. And indeed, superb reaction from de Minaur, getting the break immediately. That would have helped allay your nerves. So let's have a look at today's trading angles. And if you thought the Champions League was tricky, well, you ain't seen nothing yet. Europa League and Conference League first legs today. Now for me, Bologna against Aston Villa is all about the number 2. Bologna got their 2 goals against Cremonese, but that's where they've been scoring 2 the vast majority of their SerieA season against bottom half sides. They've been on a really poor run, coinciding with an inability to score 2 goals in SerieA. Aston Villa are not Cremonese. Aston Villa have a habit of conjuring up that second goal, or in recent times under Dick Emery, getting at least a 0-1 away from home. So it's slanted for me in the villains' favour, this one. Don't forget, it's the first of 2 legs. Bologna might ignite, but this season they've been really, really struggling against sides far poorer than Aston Villa to score that second goal. Porto against Nottingham Forest. It's very difficult to unpack this one. The new Forest manager, not renowned European pedigree. FC Porto having an exceptional season domestically, but it's just an imponderable. How on earth do we weigh up one of the lesser lights in the Premier League against a league in one of the lesser leagues in Europe, Portuguese Primeira Liga? Well, you see Benfica in Braga in the Europa League. Porto, let's have a look at their form to give you an idea of what Nottingham Forest might be up against. Only the 1 defeat all season. And at home, an ability to score that second goal, and haven't conceded 2 goals, or did only once at home this season. I don't know how to unpack this one, I'm afraid. And that's the beauty of first legs. Totally imponderable. Freiburg and Celta Vigo are very similarly matched, I would say, in their domestic leagues. Freiburg far better at home, and Celta Vigo, I think, far better at home. We can get an idea of Freiburg and their home strengths. But really, these first legs, I don't want to play. Solidity against the top 7 this season, scoring 2+ goals. Can they inject a bit of that competitiveness in today's Europa League. That's good stuff, isn't it? It's a 2-goal habit and competitive at home against the better sides in Germany. Celta Vigo, having a look at them. Again, for me, a bit like Real Betis, one of those sides you can potentially look at getting a goal back if they concede first. This is the wrong league. Let's just go and have a look. Just at Celta Vigo. You'll find them on the cusp of Champions League places, so they're having a good season. And they do have that 2-goal habit. This could be a reflection of the Braga Betis one yesterday. So, only come alive really with their 2-goal habit against 11th and lower. Where would Porto be in this table, do you think? Doesn't look too appealing, does it, against the elite sides in La Liga. And in the Conference League, again, how do we weigh these two up? Rayo Vallecano, one of the lesser lights in Spain, and AEK Athens. Crystal Palace have been awful against Fiorentina, who have relegation dogfight issues. But Crystal Palace, totally untrustworthy at shorter odds than this. They've drawn matches at 1.3, and I think 1.2 in this competition. Awful stuff. Obviously, a much changed Palace side. That goes without saying. Mainz and Strasbourg is a difficult one to unpack as well. Mainz coming alive in the second half of the season, scooting up the table. Strasbourg, well, they're going down the table. They used to be top 4 in French League 1. Again, how do you weigh up these two? Very difficult to gauge them. And Shakhtar Donetsk, again, impacted by the Ukrainian war, and AZ Alkmaar. So for me, it's a night really to have off. Doesn't make any appeal at all, unless the in-play stats reveal, as with Atletico Madrid, a red card or something. So looking at today in Monte Carlo, Zverev was in a whole heap of bother yesterday. Can Bergs do stretch him like they did yesterday? I thought Algo Elisiem was impressive, but notable that Casper Ruud is better odds. I think Algo Elisiem, if he takes the first set, because he was good against Silic yesterday, he's got a big serve. If he can take the first set, I will be laying Algo Elisiem. Yannick Sinner, well, there doesn't seem to be anyone that can get him and Alcaraz. But at these odds, you have to be laying them. 1.03, 1.02 at the off. Muscle injury. Off day. Who knows? Food poisoning. You never know. 1.8 the favourite, the Hecker and Public. Too tough to call. Blocks and Diminor. I would solidly be with Alex Diminor here. And Hubert Hurkacz is having a bit of a good run. He was odds on favourite yesterday. Now he's switched to odds against. But at odds against in his opening match, he won as well. There is no ladies at Monte Carlo, as far as I can see. And that would be it today there. A quiet day. A few very difficult matches to read. And like the football, we are better when we can choose our battles. So do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hopefully have the live stream back at the weekend. And the international break dead and done. E-letter for the Premier League. Link in the description. And a 14-day free trial. If you like the green screens, if you like the interest of tennis trading, then come and join me. It'd be great to see you. And been in a good run making those greens of late. So I hope I can make some for you when you join. Have a great day. Members, probably not going to be hearing from me this evening. First legs better attacked with their second legs. The matches tonight, very difficult to have a confident pick. Simple as that. The Aston Villa one would be the intriguing one, wouldn't it? Crystal Palace, about as trustworthy as an Arthur Daly motor. Good luck if you're playing. I'll see you again tomorrow.